Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77. Myself, Ken Philbaum, along with Victor Mullick. Victor, why don't you tell everybody where we're at and what are your hours?
Right now, we're broadcasting to you live from the Uniontown Mall. It's at the center court of the mall. The hours are from Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and on Sunday, 11 to 5. One of the things I want to mention to everybody is on March 2nd, which will be Saturday since we're taping on Thursday, World Importing will be moving from downtown Uniontown, and fingers crossed will be opening up in the old Boston Beanery. As well as right now, they're building it. You can't see it right now, but the Easter Bunny will be coming to Uniontown Mall on March 15th. So that's March 15th at the Uniontown Mall. There are a couple stores right now that are in the process of possibly opening up here. So things are on the upswing as the Uniontown Mall family is slightly growing.
All right, so let's jump into the feedback. The feedback is always, as a reminder, brought to you by Malloy's Paving. Going to tap into Mad Dog Russo for this one. 724-277-8037. 724-323-4179. People like Scotty Farrell. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So any feedback on your end, sir?
Well, the one thing, the feedback that I received is several people mentioned to me how neat it was to see the newspaper from 1963, the last time the Uniontown Red Raiders won, well, one of the times that they won the state championship. The bad part of that and the hate part is some of the people actually thought I played in those games.
You
now,
didn't?
I'm old, but not that old.
I would have, it wasn't because of the age. I was going to guess the ability.
I was good back in the day.
Okay. So, you know what? That Patriot newspaper was from Harrisburg. Derek Sage, who grew up that way, sits next to me up in WJU on Saturdays. We are. Pointed that out to me. And speaking of We Are, thank you for the jersey. I cashed in my 10% because I accurately said that the Michael Jordan rookie was number 57. I was the first to respond with that, so I used that 10% off to buy this LeVar Arrington, this Pride number Penn State vintage jersey. And Victor, you got some other jerseys up here, don't you?
Yeah, the one I replaced that with, if you can pan up, is the Paul
Posluszny. How dare you?
Jersey.
Hall of Fame
which
Paul
is sewn
Posluszny.
on. As you pan around, you'll see some of the neater jerseys that I have here in the store. The Franco Harris, of course, is mine, and I'll never sell it. Franco was my favorite, but that's the long sleeve version of it. Michael Jordan with the gold insert. There's jerseys all over the place. Come up and take a look at them.
Talkit might be doing a signing soon, so that would be something to.
And that's one of the authentic game-used, not game-used,
team
but
issue.
team issues from the south side of Pittsburgh in that store they had back when Mario and them played. If you look at jerseys like that, the key to them from the old days is the CCM on the back, on the bottom is black. That's the high-end retail version of those.
So we got some feedback here. I got a lot of positive feedback on Cowboy Ken, but he only comes out on special occasions. While I was down there, I had someone shout, "Hey, Cowboy Ken," which I thought was awesome. And while I was down in Wheeling for the country night with the Nailers, I sought wisdom from the wise man, Bobby Brown. It was his prerogative to give it to me.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I still haven't gotten pizza from this place. I might have to make a road
you know
trip.
what? Why don't you come down with
All
us?
I hear is this pizza.
You can come down on Wizard Night. We get certified to be wizards that night, so you're coming. All right, so the next one I got is from Mean Dean. Woo!
You notice how I know to move.
Mean Dean here pointed out, as far as to maybe bring back up how we closed out last week's show, is tell Victor you have to stack the lineup against the aliens. Jordan had to play power forward against the aliens in Space Jam. He's a 2-guard, which is why, and by the way, these guys are listed as forwards, not centers, defensemen, wings, whatever.
Of course you have to stack the lineups.
Which is why I got Gretzky and Lemieux on the same line.
My dad's philosophy is get 5 Andre the Giants. You're dealing with the Martians. This is for control of the world.
Exactly, which is why I got Lemieux and Gretzky on the same line, and you know what? And I got Bob Probert on defense to take care of anyone that gets out of line.
Imagine Andre the Giant in goalie.
Actually, I'll do you one better.
The Martians got no chance against Andre in goalie.
I'll do you one better. Imagine Brock Lesnar on defense after I teach him how to skate. Hey, kill anyone that comes across the red line.
Andre the Giant, 7'4", 475 pounds.
I'm going with the beast incarnate.
Andre destroys Lesnar. This is against the Martians.
All right. So what else do we got here? So, you know what? While we're on that subject, I think it was brought up that you do not have a middle name. I highly suggest the name Kenneth. Now, hold on because if you do that, now you can do your 3. By the way, go for the neck and not your eyes.
VKM. It's not bad.
Yeah, even I can't crap on Kenneth. All right. So, before we close up this segment here, my super fan, he was disappointed that I didn't choke on the gum last week. And he also had some nasty things to say about the people in Billings, Montana. I don't know how that related, but that was all part of that. And
I know I'm big in South Dakota. That's a story for another day, but go ahead.
Okay.
I don't understand Billings, Montana, but I understand South Dakota.
Hey, we don't know who this person is yet, so... But speaking of the gum, that I chewed on last week, next time we do that, we have to inspect it. That black stuff on there might have been mold, which is why I got violently ill later that evening. But hey, took one for the team and this show. But we're going to open up the next segment by opening up another pack of vintage Topps baseball because we got a lot of positive feedback on that, and I think we can make it work. Anything you want to add to close up the feedback?
We'll be right back.
Back after this.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Fayette Chamber. Today we're at another ribbon cutting. We are celebrating Fiddles with their new ownership. Let's eat.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77. I teased it to close out the last segment that we're going to open up a pack of vintage Topps here. I got a 36-year-old piece of gum to chew on this week as opposed to a 38-year-old, which makes all the people that gave both of us nonsense over eating gum, it's going to make them happy. So everybody wins.
There's a whole tub of double bubble over there that I give away to the kids as they come in the store. So if you're not into cards, come in and get some free gum. Not this stuff.
Well, but first,
who'd you get in there?
We got Dwight Gooden. I'll let you have that one. Oh, we got to get the gum.
Dr. K.
Oh, here we go.
You're not going to eat that. Don't do it.
You know what? I don't see any mold on there. Ooh.
You can hear it. Dude, you wouldn't even eat this stuff.
I think I just gave myself a concussion.
If you need me to do the pack, I will.
Well, I think I got Gary Matthews.
Gary Matthews, not to be confused with Jeff Leonard, who was called Prison Face back in the day.
There's Jose Rio.
Correctional Facility Face. Because you have
no
to be
one Ryan.
correct.
That's not bad. Well, look at this. Greg Maddux, Roger Clemens. This is actually a good pack.
This is a rookie.
Tommy Lasorda.
There's an autographed ball of him over there.
Oh, nice. Josh Anderson. Oh, Tony Gwynn. Boy, this is a pretty good pack. For the time. I mean, the only card in this particular set that has any real value would be what, Tom Glavine's rookie?
Maddox. Isn't that a Maddox?
Maddox is in 87.
87.
Yeah. Ooh, Don Slott. He helped the Buccos out during their run there. Harold Reynolds.
Slott was platoon catcher for the Pirates back in the playoff days. Who was he platooned with?
Don Slott.
Question. Don Slott was platooned with
LaValliere.
Spanky.
So, yeah, there you go. That's not a bad pack there, actually, for the time especially.
You got 5 Hall of Famers.
I know, right? But this pack...
You're still chewing that gum.
Actually, like I said, not as bad as last week, but there was no mold this time.
At some point, I wonder if you would drink one of these unopened beers from Jack Ham's commemoration of the Hall of Fame.
I'm driving, otherwise, maybe down the road. Maybe, do they got Uber out this far?
Would you prefer Terry Bradshaw or Jack Ham?
Brad Polakowski, when you watch this, you work with them. See if you can get me an Uber from Uniontown to Mount Pleasant, because that or to the morgue. So this week's Mail Day brought to you by Yinzer Valley Farms. They're on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. Go on their website, the event calendars. There's Mike Smeetek. He always has something fun going on out there. But that being said, I got a lot of mail from me and Dean. And look, it's going to be a project opening this up. Victor, that pack of cards I opened, There were some Hall of Famers in there, but there was no real value to any of those cards. These mystery packs that Victor has, there is value. You will get your money's worth and then some in every pack. I personally guarantee it.
These are some of the hottest things that are going on right now. The blaster boxes and the things that you're buying at Walmart just aren't producing the cards that you want. I have a unique ability right now with the inventory I have to make kids' days. So what I try to do is take all the cards, the hits, and I try to put an autograph and a patch card in the middle of the pack. There's a Troy Aikman rookie card from Topps. Zach Charbonnet, this is one of the Christmas sweaters. An autograph right there of John Broussard, Christian McCaffrey with Cam Newton, Peyton Manning, a Hines Ward from his 4th year, Zach Ertz, National Pride, Zach Wilson, a Brett Favre from 2000, Kenneth Gainwell rookie, Lawrence Taylor. This is the average of what the packs are. I try not to give you the fat linemen or the bums inside of them, and you get a lot of the color, the parallels, and sometimes numbered cards. So I do that with football, with basketball, and with baseball. So what I try to do is, if you get a straight A report card, you can get one for free for sure. So bring me up your straight A report cards, and you can't make them up. So I need them to be from a legitimate source. So you can't use Microsoft Word to get straight A report cards.
Yeah, we know all the principles. We'll reach out to them.
3 for $20 on the mystery packs.
All
Ken,
right.
back to you.
Yes, sir. All right. So like I said, I got some fun mail from Mean Dean. Now you're going to see on some of these, it's going to say, and we'll get you what you need there, Rick. But some of them say non-cert. So if you ever go into Acrisure Stadium or any of the Steelers shops in the area, I know there's still one in Tanger Outlets. Off the top of my head, I forget where the other one is. But if you go in there and if you ever see the presentation like this and it says non-cert, that's because the merch, the gloves, the head warmers, whatever, was pulled from the player's locker, but because of, for whatever reason, they can't pinpoint it to an exact practice date, time frame, or game. So, I mean, there's been times where I bought non-cert and then I went and photo matched it myself. We'll do photo matching another time. What we are going to get into, so what we got here, we got a pair of Joey Porter non-cert gloves. And then also, this is a sleeve. These would have been both worn by Joey Porter in practice. Possibly a game. They came from his locker, which the Steelers could vouch for. And there are enough pictures out there of him wearing this. My buddy Dan Bird, actually, he's got both of these coming his way. So now what's going
So when you say they come from the locker,
Yes.
what does that entail?
So that would be the team manager went and pulled it out and then went and tracked Dean down and said, hey, I got this.
So are the players, do they have each practice a new pair of gloves?
That's player to player. Some guys will. I know, like James Conner, for example, when he was with the Steelers, he'd wear a pair of gloves in pregame. Then he'd change them for the first half, then he'd change them for the second half.
So whatever is left over after the practice, after the game, they scrape up.
Yep.
So if the player wants to keep his
He gets
stuff,
billed for it.
He gets billed.
Yep.
So the player takes it home with him?
If they want to pay
protect
for it.
Oh, wow, look at that.
So check this out. So
We are.
That's right, Penn State. So like this arm sleeve here that Dan's got coming to him, this is actually one of Joey Porter Jr. from when he was at Penn State that's signed and certified and whatnot. So that right there is like something you would do with that. And once I show some of this other stuff, we'll show you.
Where my finger is the JSA certification, the little white emblem.
So we also got a player-worn visor by George Pickens. I actually have his visor at my house from the legendary catch against Cleveland. We got a pair of practice gloves of George Pickens here.
What do you think, Duke? Is that you?
His hands are a little bigger than his quarterbacks. And then
Whose
check
hands
this.
are bigger, Porter's or Pickett's? On the size on the gloves.
They're
You
about
have a pair of
they're
Pickens.
the same. Yeah, they're the
Pickett's.
same. Oh, well, they're both bigger than Pickett. I think Dukes are bigger than Pickett's. So anyway, check this out. Now this Killebrew, I call him a head warmer, but there's another word that I'm going to butcher it if I try to pronounce it.
Ski mask.
We'll go with that.
There you go.
So I'll tell you what, this is pretty cool. The Killebrew is all pro this year, which is one of the reasons I wanted this. So, you got something from someone that was all pro from the season. So that's what makes
It's neat
this.
how they have his number in the back of
Absolutely, right? Yeah,
Show
let's-
that to the-
absolutely. So now we're going to also show you how to display some of this stuff. So I brought some stuff from my personal collection, and
Which
also
one do you want?
let's go with where's
want
the
Tom one?
we'll go with the gloves first, the Fryermuth gloves. So this here is a pair of Pat Freiermuth's gloves from his rookie year. This is from the Minnesota Vikings. He actually had a touchdown with these gloves. He also dropped the ball at the end of the game, but I shouldn't have brought that up. Sorry, Pat. But this is a good way to these boxes here. I bought them at all the major retailers, and
I believe this is from Hobby Lobby, right?
they may have them over there. I know like Walmart and Target have like pretty much this. It's identical when they're about
Hobby
the same
Lobby
price.
does a wonderful sale twice a month. You have to pay attention to the
Michael's does
flyers.
too.
They do the half off. So this is when you purchase these items here. I do a ton of work with Hobby Lobby. If you go around the store, they kind of shake their heads when I walk in because I use them pretty much exclusively. And shadow boxes are a wonderful thing to get from them, especially to display something that was game used.
So here's another fun piece I have here for conversation's sake. This hat was worn by Mike Tomlin for his 100th win. So this is this is how I'll display that head warmer worn by Killebrew. By the way, Killebrew, there is not a better name for a Steeler.
Right? I go with that.
Yeah. So like I said, so this here, like the styrofoam head there, that's a fun way to display some of that. And then also, now why it's important to not just how you display, but when you display this stuff, you also want to be careful on how you display it and where you get it. Like this here, these gloves were worn by Juju Smith-Schuster during the longest reception in Steeler history. It was on the Sunday night game against the Detroit Lions.
Here, I'll hold it.
Yeah, we're good. So anyway, yeah, these gloves are certified. And then
right
also, I had a contact get me this picture signed down at the big show in Chantilly, Virginia, plus the ticket stubs from that game. He signed both the ticket stub and this picture. Now, I've done my best to keep this picture, this whole thing out of sunlight, daylight, lights in general, because what happens is that can fade. And Victor, you want to get into your example of what happens when an autograph fades because you put
Which
it.
one do you want to do? The Olympic one? Or
I
do
was
you
thinking
wanna
this.
do-
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking this
I
one?
think you should tell the whole story. This is a good story.
Well, this morning I'm listening as I'm getting ready to come into work to a radio show, and the topic of the day was your favorite meeting with a celebrity. This is mine. I thought I should call the show, but I saved it for you guys. This is a special story. So it is about the great Jack Lambert. Back in the late 80s, Mark Thompson Beer Distributors would bring Jack Lambert to Uniontown to do a special to promote Budweiser. So my friend said, we got an extra ticket. Why don't you come up and get Jack Lambert to sign a picture for you? Went up, met Mr. Lambert. He signed a picture for me. I took it back. I was in college at the time. We had a toga party. Liquids started to fly all over the place, and my picture got ruined. So I found this picture, and if you look really close, you can see how ridiculous this is, that I fake signed it in my handwriting. The next year, Jack Lambert comes back. I'm crazy enough to walk up to Jack Lambert, this is a true story, and say, Mr. Lambert, last year's picture got destroyed by beer. Would you re-sign this over the fake signature that I've had on the wall for the year? He looked at me with disgust, signed it, and went, get away from me.
Sounds about right.
So if you look, the pen that was used, or the Sharpie back in that period of time, has faded out. My pen is still there. And I actually had Jack Lambert sign that over top of my fake signature of him.
So what you're saying is we should have Lambert sign it with your pen?
Don't have a toga party and expose a Jack
no one wants to
Lambert
see that.
autograph. Yeah, back
All
in
right.
the day. But that's what happens to certain pens over time, is they just fade away.
Fair enough. Anything else you want to add before we close this segment out?
No, I'd just like to say hi to Mr. Lambert.
Absolutely.
And thank him for putting up with me back in the day.
All right, back after this.
Are you ready for adventure? Break out and discover the great outdoors in the Laurel Highlands. Take a hike on miles of trails with spectacular waterfalls, or embark on a scenic biking excursion. Start planning your adventurous getaway today at GoLaurelHighlands.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here at the Stellar Shop in Uniontown Mall. Why I almost said the other place. We got too many things going on here. But hey, we're going to close out the show, a couple things we want to get into. First, want to remind everybody, the Duke here especially, boy, he's a big celebrity. On the way home, we're driving down through Connellsville. I stopped at one of the major, fast food chains to get him his nuggies because it's part of his payment for being the big celebrity he is. And he was actually recognized in the drive-through window from a viewer of the show. And you know who you are. Tell your bosses to start spending some money, and we'll say your name on here.
We might be able to get you a paw print instead of an autograph. autograph.
Yeah, because I don't think
That could be a collectible, and I don't know if James Spence would authenticate it, but I will.
In all fairness, his cursive is better than mine. So that being said, real quick, I got to throw it. Today is Leap Day, the day we're filming this. Jack Caruso, happy birthday, sir, of Jack Caruso's the bait shop there in Mount Pleasant. We look, I think you're, up to a communion now, right? But anyway, look, Jack Caruso indirectly is partially responsible for the menagerie that you see here every week on Fayette County TV and YouTube. Jack Caruso approached me in April of 2018 about getting on council in Mount Pleasant. When I got on council, I became really good friends with Jerry Lucia, who was the mayor, and also Jeff Landy, who was our borough manager at the time. Jeff and Jerry did a program with Rick Fike, our producer, called The Jeff and Jerry Show. That show was legendary. It's won awards. And look, those two guys are missed by everybody in Mount Pleasant that knew them well. And this show is kind of, in an indirect way, carrying on the legacy by working with Vic and Rick of keeping their legacy alive.
And Duke.
My manners. And speaking of Duke, folks, don't forget to adopt, preferably a stray. Because you know what?
And we still have a few of the tickets for the Friends of Fayette County, Friends of Animals available on the Kenny Pickett towel.
Yes.
So stop up and finish that off so we can donate the money.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to help them out. So let's close this thing up, man. Let's close up shop. What do you got?
I was on YouTube a day or two ago, and I came across an athletic video that came off on Mr. Bob Nutting.
Oh, they were praising him, right?
No, not at all. The thing tore him down, and
it tore Bob Nutting down.
Was this
Hal Steinbrenner?
No, it wasn't Hal.
Oh, okay. So this was just this was one of these goofs that thinks they know finance is better than a billionaire.
Some people just don't understand what the Pirates are trying to do. As you probably would like to say, how much did he spend on Mitch Keller?
Exactly. Between Keller, Hayes, and Reynolds, he's over $300 million for the last big contracts.
I believe
they're
at $74 million right now.
And you know what? To these people,
2 years ago they were at 29. So $50
and you know
million
what?
more.
Let's not forget that 2-3 years ago there was checks bouncing from a network that wasn't giving them the money for airing them. So yeah, that gets
glass houses are.
Yeah, right. And also to these people that know more about this than Nutting, I don't know, get a few $1 billion together, offer to buy the team off of him, and then run it and show everyone you're smarter than Bob Nutting. Until then, I don't know. My opinion is eat it. Anything you want to add to any of that? We still got to.
How can you not stop on eat it?
I don't know what to tell you here. I think I'm pretty good. We could open up another pack of cards if you want, or is there anything you want to add?
I'll open up another pack of cards.
You know what? Let's do it. I got 87 tops.
I want to
here.
watch you eat more gum.
Actually, that last piece wasn't that
bad. I might be doing the show myself next week if you eat more of that gum.
Well, that one wasn't moldy. So that last one was. So we got Tom Seaver, Gerald Perry, Sean Dunston. Boy, remember the freak show year of the Pirates? Yeah. Roger Clemens, that's a nice one.
Mike Bauder.
Ray Knight. Yep. Looks like Pat Perry took the money shot.
When you're going through cards like this, the one thing that's fun to... Oh, God, I can't listen to you chew that.
Right first,
so
he was a bucko.
Sports fans out there, there's a thing called the Immaculate Grid, where what you do is they give you a grid. It's 9 squares in the box, and you have to guess name players that were on different teams that were traded.
A little bit of an afterbite.
Backs of the cards are wonderful ways to get the players. You would try to get the lowest possible.
All right. So
in closing, the Uniontown basketball team is now in the state championships. Best of luck to you, and I hope you bring us home another title.
And you know what? Before we do close this up, let's send out a rest in peace, Virgil, WWE.
Oh, can I, please?
Absolutely. He saved your first show.
Yes, that's where I'm going with
did.
this. I'm having a card show. It's a 2-day. This is a short story. I turn around in the middle of the second day. Virgil, what are you doing here?
Tell him who sent him.
This guy right here, what was that, at the Comet Flea Market?
Yeah.
Ken's at the Comet Flea Market, runs into Virgil, tells Virgil to come up to the Uniontown Mall that he can sell his autographs at the Uniontown Mall show. So Virgil, and he said, can I get a table? He hands me $20 for the table.
Virgil handed Victor $20.
Now, the next morning, I see a story where Virgil and Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke, correct?
Yep.
Brooke asks Virgil for an autograph. Virgil says $25.
Well, he had to pay.
You don't know who my dad is? And he said, I don't care who your dad is. It's $25 for my autograph.
In defense of Virgil, he had to make up that $20 he gave you.
I never thought of that. That is awesome. So I got 20 out of Virgil. Brooke Hogan had to give him 25.
That sounds about
It's one
right.
of the great moments in Uniontown Mall sports card history.
And hey, that's it for this week. Stay tuned for Rise Wrestling. Thank you.
Take care.